This is a very evil predator, dangerous, cunning, always dissatisfied with everything. It seems that it's always in a bad mood, and it's better not to get in its way when it's in this state. This beast can easily attack a person, or even a representative of its species, and without any reason. But why do these wildcats react to everything with such aggression? Why are they always ready to fight? We're going to find out now. Let's go. For starters, a few facts. Pallas's cat, also known as the manual, is a predatory mammal of the family Felidae with a hostile nature and very thick fur. Pallas's cat lives in dry steppe and semi-desert areas of West Central and Central Asia and in the south of Siberia. These are stealthy animals, which try to stay away from people as well as their own kind. Forget about lions and their pride. Pallas's cats value loneliness and sometimes live at a distance of 3 miles from each other, around an area of about 62 square miles. Sometimes only 4 to 8 cats can live. If people settled with that same density, then in Toronto there would be about 25 to 50 people. At the same time, manuals are much smaller than lions or people. Their bodies are about 46 to 65 centimeters long, and their tails are 21 to 31 centimeters long. So we can say that manuals are the size of a domestic cat. But unlike cats, which sometimes get along well with each other and love people, you'll never notice anything like that with a manual. Pallas's cats don't like anybody at all, but they're really fierce predators and know a lot about hunting. Manual fangs are almost 3 times longer than that of an ordinary cat. And if your pet has ever bitten you, multiply that feeling by 3 and then add it to the rage of a wild predator. Manuals have a death grip, and they don't let their prey go until they get what they want. But despite all the exoticism, in fact, they're just stocky cats with short, thick legs and very thick fur, which makes manuals seem larger and heavier than they actually are. They have the longest fur among cats, and it's distributed quite correctly. It's twice as long on the stomach and tail than on the top and sides. Supposedly, this helps keep the cats warm when they're hunting on snow or frozen ground. The length and thickness of their fur also vary depending on the season. In winter, Pallas's cat's fur gets thicker, even longer and heavier. What else can you add to this fluffy thing full of pure rage? How about high speed and maneuverability? But at this stage, nature's decided that it's a bit scary to make a universal hunter of a manual, so it became the most clumsy and slowest of the wildcats. Running is not for manuals at all, especially fast running, so this wildcat prefers to hide somewhere in the stones when its opponent is too big. But if it's noticed, the Pallas's cat enters attack mode, and frankly, it looks more like berserk mode. When hunting, the Pallas's cat also doesn't try to chase its prey. It won't work anyway. The basis of its menu is fast picas, rodents, and insects. Sometimes it invisibly pursues its prey using short vegetation and stoning terrain as camouflage. Color helps Pallas's cat merge with the surrounding landscape so that they won't be noticed, even within a couple of steps, by the way. The shape of the ears gives +5 to the camouflage factor. If they stuck out like the rest of the cats, it'd be much harder for Pallas's cat to hide in low grass. However, sometimes they just wait at the entrance to the burrows and pounce on the prey when it comes out. Well, and then long, sharp fangs bite. Ouch! Manuals may not be the fastest cats, but this doesn't stop them from hunting successfully. And don't think that the amazing features of manuals ends there. I've already mentioned thick fur, but you can't imagine how much thicker it is. It's believed that the density of manual hair is about 9,000 hairs per square centimeter. That's not an animal, that's a fur ball, one with paws and fangs. Thanks to the thick fur, Pallas's cats can bear the cold easily, and they can live even high in the mountains, nearly 16,000 feet above sea level, and they can withstand temperatures cold as 60 degrees below zero, no problem. For the manual, these harsh conditions don't change its usual way of life. It hunts in the twilight and in the morning. It sleeps somewhere in a hole in the afternoon. When your saliva and your mouth start to freeze, the Pallas's cat will feel quite comfortable, and the Pallas's cat's eyes are almost human. I mean, they're pupils in bright light. They're not vertical like domestic cats have. They have circular pupils like us. By the way, tigers and lions also have such pupils. For a long time, this was a mystery for scientists, but it seems that it's all about territory. The Pallas's cat has a much more diverse territory sprawl than other small cats. It's got the deserts, the dry steppes, and the mountains to hunt in. And in these various conditions, they need those circular pupils. Well, thanks to evolution for that. Wait a minute, so these animals are aggressive loners with strange eyes, and they don't even like their own kind, and they live alone even in harsh conditions? And what about breeding? In fact, despite all these seemingly complicated traits, Pallas's cats are quite successful in producing smaller Pallas's cats. Even the hunting of these animals doesn't put them at risk. Perhaps it's because there are quite a few Pallas's cats out there, or maybe it's because they fight the hunters. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's still quite difficult to meet a manual in the wild. They live too far away from each other, and they're very good at the art of disguise. They don't want to face people at all. And if you see an angry Pallas's cat alive, at least once, you'll realize it's only for the best. However, did you know Pallas's cat isn't the only unusual representative of the family Felidae? Meet a fishing cat, a wild predator living in Southeast Asia. And as you probably have already guessed, this cat catches fish. Moreover, it dominates the water as the predator should. Domestic cats squeamishly shake off their paws if they get into a puddle. Most wild cats don't like water, and if they have to overcome obstacles in the form of rivers or lakes, they do it with obvious dislike. The fishing cat is an exception to all the rules. It not only hunts shallow waters easily and with pleasure, but it also swims perfectly. It seems that because of the range of these predators, when there are too many different reservoirs around, you'll have to learn to swim to at least survive and get food. But the fishing cats have upgraded themselves. They not only learned how to swim, they also evolved into professional swimmers. Fishing cats are much larger than domestic cats, have powerful muscles, and a wide chest. The weight of the males can reach close to 35 pounds. But this isn't the most important thing, because the fishing cat has webbing. Seriously, it helps these cats move in the water as well as capture and hold their main prey, fish. Besides, tropical fishing cats have a special structure of nostrils that allows them to hold their breath and dive underwater. Yeah, I'm still talking about cats. Yeah, they're next of kin, those domestic fluffy things which run in terror if you spray them. Any beast from wildlife, not to mention other cats, can envy the fishing talents of this predator. Fishing cats can patiently wait for their prey, lure fish imitating insects on the surface, and then rush into the water with lightning speed. And if fishing for some reason didn't work, these cats will easily find a substitute for fish, maybe a duck. By the way, did you notice the tail? It's really short because these predators don't need a long tail to keep balance, and in water, such a tail only gets in the way. So the fishing cats just got rid of it. No long tail, no problem. Do you remember the sociable menu? Fishing cats also have a reputation as brawlers and bullies, but they avoid meeting people. And that's fortunate for us, friends, because once such a cat chased away a flock of dogs. There is also a legend that a fishing cat dragged a 4-month-old child from Singapore. However, this case hasn't been documented, but it's well known that a male fishing cat that was large and kept in a zoo broke out of its cage and then entered the leopard's cage and killed it. Maybe poor Leo looked at it the wrong way. It's not surprising that adult fishing cats prefer loneliness if they don't take care of their offspring. Apparently, like the Pallas's cats, they have a nasty temper. And now, pay attention, now it's going to be really sweet. A sand cat is sometimes called the smallest among the wild cats. Its body length doesn't exceed 90 centimeters, and 40% of that is tail. These fluffy animals, which you want to pet, live where it's the hottest, in the Sahara Desert, throughout the Arabian Peninsula, and in some parts of Central Asia. They prefer a very dry and arid environment with minimal vegetation, although who would prefer that? But if the Pallas's cats easily endure extreme cold, these babies are just designed to survive in the infernal heat. Even when the surface temperature reaches 122 degrees Fahrenheit, they're still able to live there. As usual, thanks to evolution, in order to move in such conditions, sand cats' paws are covered with fur, which saves the paws from burns. These little predators cope with the lack of water very easily. They only drink when it's necessary. Cats get their moisture from food, and mostly by way of their diet, which includes jerboas, small rodents, lizards, spiders, and other insects that it can find. And if they want, sand cats can attack even a large poisonous snake. Deadly viper? Fine, give me 2. Whoever gets caught by a cat while hunting will still be eaten, no options. When attacking, sand cats can reach a speed of up to 25 miles an hour, and they have a bonus. To track prey underground, nature has given these predators funny little ears. Well, if the prey is too big for one meal, the velvet cat will just put it in the sand till next time. It'll put it, so to speak, in its fridge. What else should I add? Well, listen, cats are great, but it's better to pet the domestic ones and stay away from the wild variety, even if they are incredibly cute and fluffy. Because who knows when the wild cat will decide to put you on its menu. See you later.